What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Garden State Hip Hop Hour. It's Rich, and now we got a very special guest in the building today. My man, Super Drugs.
Super. What's up?
Welcome to the show, man. You know what I'm saying? I think we started talking over the summertime. I saw some of the music.
Yeah.
And you're out here moving. So you just dropped a new project.
Facts. War on Drugs. Streaming everywhere. Every platform. SoundCloud, YouTube. Anywhere you can listen to music at is there. And I got other projects on there too.
Word. So before we get into that, tell people a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and say maybe how you started music, just so that people can have a feel for who you are.
It's been a journey. I'm from Willingboro, New Jersey. Whole Burleson County stand up, Willingboro, Mount Holly, Burleson City, like that whole area. I've been Camden too, Camden County, those areas. But I've been rapping for forever. And I really just started taking it serious. I had took a long little trip, and during that, that's where I found out how to make songs. You feel what I'm saying? I knew how to just put bars together and rap for days, and that's not song structure. So when I took my little journey, I had went to jail for 10 years, and during that time, I took time out to really see what the music situation was about and figure out if I'm gonna do it or not. And I came home. I've been running since. I'm 3 projects in 18 months. I'm pushing. We working.
Okay. I didn't know if you were going to keep going. No, when you start doing these interviews, you talk to so many people, you got to learn their, points. That's why.
Yeah, okay.
So when you were locked up, how did, I've never been locked up, thank God. Not you're saying, but how do you work on the craft, or how did you, because there's beats and there's no computers, right? Or how does that?
I mean, in the federal system, we had a thing called, it's a whole computer system. And
okay.
Emails. It was before JPEG. It was emails, MP3 players. And they was having a lot of beats, mainstream beats. And we was just rapping off everything. And really, when I started, I went through a phase I didn't want to rap, because when I started the feds, they go by security levels, and I was in the medium high. So that's right under maximum security. And my bro was in there too. So it was dudes was going at each other, they was battling, but it always led to something. Dude could rap, we might be rapping and just it'd be regular. And then it'd be an issue, my homie better, cities versus cities. So I never really wanted to get caught up in it, because I was still dealing with being so young with so much time. So I went through a phase I ain't even want to rap. I ain't really start rapping until my 4th, 5th year in. I was halfway in my bed, and then I was in a prison by Canada in upstate New York, and I ended up getting shipped to Louisiana. And what really made me pursue it is, when you be from up north and then you go down south, and it's you the only person from Jersey there, because they got their own sound. So
yeah, of course.
Me making music, and it was a secret. I would just write music, and at that time, that's when I really got back into writing. And dudes in jail, nothing's a secret. So if you think something is secret, it's not a secret. People pay attention to people. So I'm thinking I'm low key writing, and then dudes is really seeing me. I'm writing. When you writing, you rapping. So dudes is seeing me, and they're like, oh, he rap. So somebody pulled up on me, asked me, did I rap? And they heard me rapping. It just turned into a big thing. And for me, it did something for me, because it was damn, if I could be from Jersey and they from a whole nother culture, and they feeling me and they pushing it, why wouldn't I come out here and try it and give the same type of effort I was putting in jail? So that's what really.
Word. And how much were you influenced by, obviously you said you're by Canada, you're in Louisiana. So the sounds of those areas, did they creep into your music, or did you maintain more?
Yeah, it kind of did, because it and I kind of get into being back home now. I kind of gear sometimes towards, and I be yo, I'm forgetting about the dudes that really support me, because now it seems like the world is more connected now, with social media and all that. So a lot of dudes I was down with, they hit me up, and dudes is having phones in the joint too. Not hopefully I'm not joshing and shit or nothing, but it's easy to stay connected to people. So I be knowing what they want to hear. So it kind of it was it meshed into it. It helped me. Oh, they like hearing this, cause we got we got a dog feel up north, kinda like the whole East Coast vibe is.
Yeah, they said we got an attitude.
Exactly. So our music is kinda more dark. So it really like just being down south, because I went from Louisiana to Texas, and I was only in Louisiana for 11 months. I was in by Canada for like 4 years, and then I did the 11 months in Louisiana, and then I did like another 4 in Texas. So I was down south pretty much.
Yeah, 15 months.
More than 15 months. I was in Louisiana for 11, and then I was in Texas for 4 years.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought
You
you
know
meant
what
4
I'm
months.
saying?
Yeah.
Nah. So I was down there for a nice chunk of time. So, and by the time I got to Texas, it kind of like carried over, like, cause I was doing shows in the joint in Louisiana, and then like the prison system in the feds is like a revolving door. Like, you might be in this jail with somebody, but somebody's gonna know you. Oh, you know such and such, and oh, he rap, he nice, and that like it carried over, and that's when I really like was ingrained. Like,
Yeah.
and that's how that went.
And how did you okay, so when you're making music in jail, I'm sure it's not the same kind of music you make when you're out, because when you're out, obviously to get on or something like that, you need more like radio friendly, more songs. You know what I'm saying? Whereas maybe you're just rapping in jail? Or is it like the same kind of idea?
It's the same idea, because I think like the scene of music has changed from big. I'm gonna just throw a year out there. Let's say when Bad Boy was popping, like the golden era of Bad Boy, and they was making like we're gonna use Mace, and we'll use Mace and Biggie. Mace got hard albums, but all the bad,
yeah,
like
the
all
songs,
that stuff,
yeah.
the songs like that was like it was glittery like back then. Now I feel like the culture now is more like, I don't want to say it's more tuned to the streets, but it's more like geared up to like the wild young boys, like what they into. So you kind of don't have to put as much cut as you had to put on it back then. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to put a little shade on it, but it doesn't have to be like, oh, we're not going to play that. Like,
yeah.
Because now it's different. And that's what all kinds of music, like even with the female rappers, like they doing stuff that other female rappers back in the day wouldn't even do. So I think it's easy. It's the same concept.
Okay. And War on Drugs is the name of the new album.
Yes.
And the concept behind that, because you went very hard with the War on Drugs. I'm assuming it has something to do with your time locked up. And you did the whole Ronald Reagan thing and the cover. And then you said you had an issue getting it out because you had to clear, like, I guess, Reagan on the cover.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny that you say that. I got a process. And my process is, when I say I'm going to release a project, I come up with a title, and then I need the album art immediately. And that'll really drive my concept. So I didn't have, like, I got caught with drugs on my case, but I was down for a robbery, actually.
Okay.
A robbery and a gun. And it's just, like, that whole era is big to me, like, because, like, a lot of stuff influenced it. Like, around the time I was crafting the War on Drugs, Snowfall was out. So, like, that whole era was, you feel what I'm saying, like just a drug era. So that's the concept of that tape. Like, my tape before that was No Sleep. I literally was getting no sleep. So I go by, like, that's like, I really try to make my tapes or my projects true to the titles and the concept that I have in my head that's true to me.
So you create the concept, the cover, and then the music follows.
Exactly.
Okay, and then you have a series of three-part series, Ocean Views.
Yes.
Right. So break that down, explain a little bit. What's the Ocean Views about?
I'm gonna be 100 with you, like, and it's cliche, and I don't like giving people their flowers when they dead. I'm trying to give a person their flowers when they here. Nip played a big part of my whole, just because I always was a fan. So, and I really, like, I always was a fan when I started listening to his music. And then when I was down, and then I got a phone, and I was like looking at, like, just watching him speak, and the type of person I am, I like to listen. So if you talking like beyond your music, if you talking something that's sensible, I'ma gravitate towards it. So the whole Ocean Views thing that was the first song I wrote. The first Ocean Views was the first song I wrote when I was free. I wrote it in the halfway house. I wrote it, we was at work. And I wrote it while we work, and I got in trouble, actually. Like, they like, yo, why you not working? I'm always in trouble. So that was like, I just felt that. Like, and that's to me, the Ocean Views thing means it's like where I'm trying to be. Like, not exactly where I'm at. And if you listen to them in order, it kinda, it's like, I don't want to say tell a story, but you could see the growth. Like the first one I talked about a dude from my hood. He was getting money. Like, he was getting a bunch of bread. I mentioned him in the chorus. I don't want to name drop him.
Yeah, you good.
And he actually went down, and he changed his whole life around. Like, now he own a gym, and it's just like so. This is a dude I used to idolize. Like, this is a dude I used to pass out money to dudes, you feel what I'm saying? Like, to the kids and pay for basketball teams. So when you coming up in that type of environment, you kind of idolize those type of people. And that was the tone for it. And then I just went, and then Nip, like, the second one came, and then I wrote the third one when he passed. And it was just, like I said, I always admired I admired his drive and his hustle. So the third one really was like a tribute to that, like, you know, shout out, like, we definitely ain't forget you. You know, that was, you know, he played a big part in that. Like, he inspired me to write that. Like, R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle.
That's dope. So if you're just meeting a random person today and they're like, tell me one song to listen to off your album, what's the song?
That's not fair to me, because
you only got one chance, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying like a fan, you know, like a fan comes up and like, oh, you know, sometimes we only listen to one song to determine if we're going to listen to the rest of it.
And it's sad, like I said, I don't like giving the flowers when somebody dead, but I would say Ocean View is 3 because it's part of the culture now. So to people that it took for a lot of people, and it's not a shot and downing people, it took for him to die for a lot of people to really realize. So I think they would gravitate to that, like, damn, and then they would probably want to look more like, look more into me after listening to the third one.
Yeah, you're saying sometimes you only got one shot, so you're saying
I'm gonna shot that one because I was going in. I was going in. I feel like I was dropping crazy bars. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I would say that.
Or that's what's up. And you're from like way down South Jersey, so obviously we always hear about North Jersey, South Jersey. Do you think there's a big difference between the music down there and up here, or like what, or the problem between like, oh, I'm from South Jersey, you don't play us enough, you know what I'm saying? Have you run into that?
It go deeper from having a criminal background. I'm gonna give you a little bit of history. Like, for some reason up north dudes, and I'm not geographical at all.
Yeah.
Like, I mess with you because I done met dudes.
That's how it should be.
I done met a dude from Alaska, and he was harder than anybody that, you feel what I'm saying? I'm just being 100.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
He was thorough, you feel what I'm saying? So we in Jersey, we'll mess with everybody else but Jersey. Like, it's always been a divide. So getting locked up as a kid, it was always like, because in Jersey, when you get locked up as a kid, they send you, if you acting up in Burlington County, they'll send you to a youth house up north. And they gonna carry you up there, just like if you send somebody from up north down here. So it's always been that divide. And I feel like it's a divide in everything. Like, oh, South Jersey dudes is country. Oh, up north dudes think it's on both ends.
Yeah.
So it's really, I think that we because it's a lot of talent in Jersey, and I feel like if we didn't have them barriers, it would be much better, because it would be more people on, like, versus, oh, I'm not messing with him because he from, and it's got better over the years. Like, I seen I'll Be Out, he was messing with the kid Gotti 800. I don't know if you heard of him. He from AC.
Okay.
He dope.
Honestly, there's so many artists. It's hard. I'll learn someone that DM me or someone sends me their music, but
yeah,
it's so many artists. It's not no disrespect to them, but there is so much music out there. You know?
Exactly. And Jersey got a lot of talent. I just think that we really, more or less, versus going everywhere else, we need to like come together more, because it's so much dope artists out here. Like, it's so many vibes out here that if because we stronger together, not divided. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I see that it's definitely a North Jersey, South Jersey thing. I mean, but I don't really like to get into that. I judge a person off their character, like how they carry me, and like what you present to me and what I see, and then I go off that. It's not where you from. That don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, no, I was just asking because like I was just asking if the music is made different. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, to me, it's like, you know, an artist is an artist. I don't care, like you said, where you're from. It's just like, it's whatever reason there's that divide.
I think that's how we kind of really, because you did the joint like ain't nobody people saying people
saying I don't play,
and you was like tagging South Jersey artists, and my people was tagging me, and you end up putting my song on the first on the first playlist I got on.
Yeah, the album. Yeah, because like people like get upset. I'm like, I don't know where half the people in my life are from. Exactly. None of the last people I don't know just gotta listen to the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, my man Gene here is recording the video. I just learned he's from Trent.
Yeah.
Like, you know, so it's when people get upset, I'm like, it has nothing to do about me trying to hold you back. It's just that I don't sit here and write down where everyone's from and exclude people. You know, I just don't know.
Another thing too, and that go back into the divide. It might not be if South Jersey people feel like that, they might not be hip to you. Yeah. Because I wasn't hip to the situation until, You follow what I'm saying? So it's really just staying in the know and being concurrent. Like if you're not concurrent with something, you can't be like just make a wild accusation. Oh, he don't play me because I'm from.
Yeah, it's never like that.
Because
like
you show me love, so
Yeah.
I can't agree with that. Like I said, I'm gonna deal with facts. I'm not gonna deal with why he don't play me. He probably don't know you exist. You probably ain't even try. Try be to fail anything.
I had people tag artists or tag people and like, I don't know, this person never ever hit me up.
Yeah, don't even send no music.
How would I know? You get upset, but you never sent me no music, or I just never heard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's little things to it. There's no disrespect to nobody. It's just a fact of, like you said, being concurrent and knowing what's going on.
Yeah, facts. You got to know what's going on.
So what's coming up for you? So you have any shows lined up? How you pushing this project?
I got a show at like I don't know if you're familiar. It's a spot in Trent called NJ Weedman spot. I got a show on Friday. I just shot a video today for a freestyle I recorded last night. So we moving. Like I'm
shout out to NJ Weedman. I don't know him, but I appreciate the movement.
And another thing, I'm working on a project. It's called. It's funny because when I said that I was gonna drop the War on Drugs, I was supposed to drop the War on Drugs and another project back to back, which was called December Baby, and I wanted to go a different route. Like I feel like I be talking to the streets, but a lot of times now the best music is personalized. Like when you feel like you know the person that's rapping, and that at the time it was a lot for me to try to. I'm balancing the War on Drugs, and then I try to give you like me. So I say, you know what? I'm gonna just drop this War on Drugs, and then I'm gonna focus and put my time into the December Baby, and that's what I'm working on right now. So I already started the process, got a couple songs. And hopefully,
that's what's up.
I was trying to drop by December, but I know that's not gonna happen.
Sometimes you gotta let the music rock for a little bit, push this music out. Now you're gonna focus on the next album.
Yeah.
And you still got this whole project out here.
Yeah, I really, but I planned it like that. Like I wanted to, like I'm at the point where I had went through something where I was like, man, I don't really want to rap no more. And then they like, nah, keep rapping. So I'm at the point like I feel like I want to just hit people in the head. Like it's not, to me, it's not about, all right, I just dropped this project. Now I want them to keep. So because maybe they gonna catch up before I stop. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's people that's not on me yet that didn't hear none of my music. So as long as I got the product, I'm winning the race. I'm leading the race. Like if I'm 5 projects in and you didn't hear the first one yet, and then you just getting on Summertime Madness, which was my first tape, like.
Now you got a bunch of material to listen to.
Now you got it, and it's to hold you over, and it's like, so you could really peel the layers back.
Yeah.
Like, damn, he dope.
Yeah. Now I understand what you're saying, and I appreciate you. We got to start wrapping this up now.
Okay.
Tell them where they can find you. Instagrams, everywhere.
You can follow me on Instagram at I am Super Drugs. That's one word. I'm streaming on every platform. When you look for me on streaming, the Super Drugs is spelled with $signs. So the front word is $, and the back word is $. So just stream me, tap in with me, and I love everybody that love me. Like,
and just to clear that up real quick, the S in Super is the $sign,
yeah.
and the Drugs S
is
is
a
the
$sign.
$sign.
Exactly. Yeah, I said that crazy. I caught myself.
I got you.
All right.
But yeah, so War on Drugs, streaming everywhere. Go check that out. Ocean Views Part 3 is a song he recommends if you need to see what he's about first before you hear the rest of it, which you should listen to. You can find him again. I am Super Drugs, no $signs, on Instagram.
Yeah, appreciate you.
SoundCloud, all that.
Thank you for the opportunity. Definitely appreciate y'all.
You already know. All right, and we'll catch you guys next week.